This week we're doing our picks for the All-Star game in February in Utah. I'm going to start off with our Western Conference starters. And I don't know about you, Nick, but I think the West is deep. West is deep. You know, who is deserving of a starting spot here in the backcourt? And it was quite hard, actually. And you know what? You might agree with me with this. I think, Steph Curry gave us some clarity when he went down and Booker's down at the moment too. So I've given the starting backcourt here to two healthy rising stars here with Ja Morant and Luka Doncic. They're definitely all stars. Will they be voted in to start the All Star game? That's the big question. How much big is our fan base, right? All of the Slovenes are going to vote for Luka, then they'll probably get in, right? That's the reality. In the front court here, I've got three players here that look, I don't know. I don't know. You might have the same three. I don't know. We'll see. I guess the first one here, by sheer virtue, because he is LeBron James, I've got him as an all-star starter. The argument here is he deserving? The Lakers are woeful in a sense in the West, but he is LeBron James, and I think he'll start another All-Star game, and probably rightfully so. At this point of his career, why not? We want to see them. We want to see these legends play in the All-Star game, right? I have Jokic as the other front court player here. Again, having a great season. He's peaking at the right time when All-Star voting started to open up and now starting to drop. I think he's averaging now 30 points a game in this last month or so. And again, having a great all-around season. It's funny that there's no narrative for him in the MVP race. No one wants to give him three in a row. But his stats and if the Nuggets somehow finish first in the West, you're going to have to seriously have to go, why are we voting against him potentially? But hey, that's something to cross the bridge down the season. And last spot here is, and I know he's been out for a few games here, but I've given the nod here to Zion. I think I've said all along I'm a Zion fan, and the Pelicans are up there, and he's healthy, he's back, and he's a big part of that. Why they're obviously up in the top four conversation. I think and that might change any given day in the West, but I think Zion should be a starter in the West.
So we're 5 for 5, so this is probably going to be pretty dry content, I'll be honest. There's really when you factor in a lot of deserving guards, right? So Steph Curry, Devin Booker, even Damian Lillard, because the Portland had that surge at the start. The guard spot is loaded. Shai as well. The issue becomes, well, at least the way that I skewed this was, well, who does the fan want to see, right? So Luka is an international sensation. You've pegged him as the second coming of the GOAT, essentially. And Ja Morant is, an Instagram shorts, monster, right? So everything you can watch of his is fantastic. So on an All-Star game, we don't want to miss it. Zion, will miss games, right? But can he get to probably that 40 mark? I would be confident he probably will this season. I think there's more load management than there is actual injury concern for his games played. And again, people vote for him even when he doesn't play. LeBron, I know the Lakers aren't performing very well, but statistically speaking, he's actually playing exactly the way that he has always played his entire career. And when we think back to Dirk getting a farewell All-Star, Dwayne Wade getting a farewell All-Star, he's still deserving of an All-Star spot irrelevant of the farewell tour. So he's perfectly fine. And then Jokic, just to, I guess, give a little bit of, highlights of that, it's the 60% from the field, right, that I think is the big jump for him statistically. He's, still as phenomenal as always, but, from a scouting point standpoint, we know that the offense goes through Jokic. We know that he's going to score 20 points a game. We know he's going to make some passes, and yet efficiency is key, right? Doesn't turn the ball over, more than 3 times a game, doesn't miss 40% of his shots, and we're talking about a center who has been doing this for year in, year out, and everybody is kind of struggling to figure out what they're supposed to do. So no disagreement. That was just filler content just to really stretch that video out for you. You're welcome.
Hey, look, sometimes it's good for us to just have the same picks. I guess it would be quite shocking and totally it would probably bottom out our credibility right here if we simply just pick names that we didn't even match up here, and somehow I don't know, maybe Jeremy Lin should be in the All-Star game. So look, I think you're right that you did have to put a bit of thought, so why you would be picking these players. And I think the Ja and the Luka picks versus some of those other more veteran, established all-star, even superstar guards that are available in the West this year, it's a tough one. And even like Luka, I almost dropped Luka out of that list because his record doesn't the Mavs record is not where they really want to be. You know, they're sort of in that playing spot at the moment. And again, you know, they could go on a win streak in the next month over the January and really move up the standings in the West. They're only like, you know, a few games out of the top spot because it's so close to standing. But at the moment, they're not where exactly they want to be. And you could justify, like, say, easily like Booker has a more deserving nod to start because the Suns' record is better. But you know, at the end of the day, he's injured now, and at the end of the day, Luka is a talent, like you said. People want to watch him, and therefore he will get that fan vote. I think that's the part you have to consider, isn't it?
Yo, this is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.